Hi, first grade, it's Miss Miller. We're going to talk about some 3D shapes today. So we're going to review some of our 3D shapes, three-dimensional shapes. And we have a bunch of them right here in this picture. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next slide. And this is a little chart that I found, and we're going to talk about it. So our first three-dimensional shape, you've probably heard all of these before. Can you say cone? Good. So a cone has a base that is the shape of a circle. You can probably see it in this picture. It has a point at the top and a big curve that connects the circle base to the top, to the point. So you might see some objects in real life that are the shape of a cone. Some examples would be an ice cream cone, a party hat, a traffic cone. These are all examples of a cone, and a cone is a three-dimensional shape. The next 3D shape we have is right here. It's underneath cone. Can you say cube? Very good. So it's kind of hard to do this because if we were in the classroom, we would give you each shape and you'd be able to touch it and count the faces and the base and the sides and the vertices, but we can't do that because we're not in the classroom. But if you had a cube in front of you, you could count and you would see that it has 6 square faces that go around it. It also has 8 vertices. Vertices are known as corners. So again, if we were in the classroom, we would be able to take a cube and we could count it to make sure that we are correct. But if you have some of these items at your house, you could do this at home. So some real life examples of cubes are an ice cube, Legos, which I know are really popular. A lot of you have Legos, blocks, and a box. Those objects are cubes. Then we have this next 3D shape. Can you say cylinder? Very good. So a cylinder has 2 circle bases. It has one at the top and it has one here at the bottom. And it has a big curve and it wraps around, you could say. So some examples of a cylinder in real life, and again, I think you have some of these at home, would be a can of Play-Doh, a cup that you might put juice or water in and drink out of, a soda can, a long marker. These are all examples of cylinders, okay? Then our next 3D shape, can you say sphere? Good. So a sphere doesn't have any flat areas, okay? And a sphere is very easy because all balls are spheres. A soccer ball, baseball, basketball, okay? Which I'm sure you have one of those at home. Marbles, an eyeball, a ball of yarn, a balloon. These are all spheres, okay? The next 3D shape, can you say pyramid? Good. A pyramid has a square base at the bottom, 4 triangular faces. So if you were to hold a pyramid and you were to go around it, it would have 4 faces, and you can see that they are in the shape of triangles, but they could be other shapes too. An example of a pyramid would be there are pyramids in Egypt, okay? Or you might make a pyramid. The last 3D shape we have is a rectangular prism, okay? A rectangular prism has 2 square faces on each side, 4 rectangle faces, or it could have all rectangles on all sides of it. Some examples would be a Kleenex box, tissue box, books, boxes, erasers. These could all be rectangular prisms. So you might want to look in your home and see how many cones, cubes, cylinders, spheres, pyramids, and rectangular prisms you have out of real life objects. Objects that we use every day are made of three-dimensional shapes. Now to wrap up, we're just going to go through them again, and you can take a look at it. These shapes are a little bit bigger. Like I said, it's hard because we're not in the classroom, and if we were, your teachers would be giving you the shape, and you would be able to touch it and count the sides, count the faces, but hopefully we'll be able to do that again soon. So let's practice one more time. This is a cube. You can say cube. Good job. This is a cylinder. You can say cylinder. Good. This is a rectangular prism. You can say it. Good. This is a sphere. You can say it. Good job. This is a cone. Very good. And that's all. So I hope you enjoyed our little presentation on three-dimensional shapes. And like I said, if I go back to the beginning, maybe you want to go through your house and find some of these shapes. In addition to doing the worksheets, go through and find some of these shapes in your house out of real life objects. And maybe you can say, look, I have a party hat over there. That would be a cone. Or look, I have a box of tissues over there for when I'm sick or my nose is running. That would be a rectangular prism. So you can go through and do that if you would like to for just a little additional challenge. Don't forget to do all of your math worksheets then from this week on three-dimensional shapes.